this is what I got at the grocery store. I'm here with a bunch of different people. Abby is right there, and then just other people down the line. I got a jug of spring water. I don't really know why I did that, but I just thought it would be nice. I got kombucha. I got 2 things of pineapple coconut water. Yeah, just pineapple puree and coconut water. I got Veganese, pickles, marinara sauce. I got some chickpeas because I'm gonna make like a chickpea tuna wrap with the chickpea vegan mayonnaise and pickles and some other ingredients. I got baby carrots and hummus as like a mix, but I can do different things with both. And then I got this tofurkey vegan sausage, some Lara bars, which only have 6 ingredients, and I really love the lemon flavor. Then I got some vegan cheese, so you know, more on the processed side, but I think Keon, our friend here, said he wanted to make grilled cheeses, so I got this stuff so that I could be part of that as well. I got a bunch of kale. I have cucumbers, zucchini, apples, tomatoes, bell pepper, garlic, avocado, and squash. So I have a bunch of different produce in here. This is going to be probably a week's worth of groceries, I'm thinking, and it was 70 bucks, so fairly cheap. Now we are heading to Zion, I think. We're gonna do a little hike there and maybe find some Bureau of Land Management land near there where we can park for up to 15 days for free. So I'm really excited for that. And I'm caravanning with like 5 other vans right now. We're all at the grocery store. So this is my van. We have Abby right here. Keon is right there. I think that's Brandon, I wanna say. And then right here, that's Alicia. And I have no clue who that is. Honestly, there's so many vans, I don't even know.
Operation. Pablo is gonna go ahead and get in the bed because he's ready to sleep, but Abby's asleep.
She needs her butt warm.
She's gonna get butt cuddles from Pablo.
Take it.
On my bed. I thought something like a wild animal had crawled in here. It's a fucking squirrel.
Earlier I came to see like what were you doing, and like I peek and you're just like sleeping, like fake sleeping, like perfect, like.
Maria and Chase are currently filming a live on their YouTube. I've never done a live on my YouTube, but we're gonna do it on theirs. So that's why I have like a little bit of makeup on. I don't know. I just didn't want to look, I don't know. I've never done a live before, so I feel nervous, but I'm gonna record it, and we just like set up a little table outside and stuff.
Hi friends! Welcome to the live. Need to introduce you to some of our best friends on the road. Let's start with Sarah! Everybody, welcome Sarah. Hey.
Should I say something?
We can just introduce yourself like a little bit.
Like a little debrief?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Sarah. I'm 23 years old, and I live in a Ford Transit van. Abby and I actually have the exact same van. 2017 Ford Transit van. I've been on the road for almost 2 years now in this van, and then before that I was traveling part-time, and like I had a like Chevrolet Suburban, and yeah, I just always loved traveling, and this is like the most realistic avenue for me to do that right now.
Yeah, I'm Abby. I'm 19. I have the same van as Sarah, 2017 Ford Transit. I've been on the road for 4 months now, and it's been amazing. I do a lot of outdoorsy stuff, so like hiking, climbing, backpacking, so it's kind of just the best avenue to go for me was van life. And yeah, I'm a photographer. I'm on TikTok, kind of, and that kind of stuff.
She's some TikTok friends. Don't even like.
My question would be, how do you see your time on the road as female solo female van lifers? That's a hashtag I'm not all too familiar with. But I'm sure the adventure's a little different at times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't all go first.
You go.
Okay, that's a good question. I think there is like more of a, I want to say like fear aspect, and maybe that's just my reality of it, but I don't even think it was my fear necessarily, but the fear that was projected onto me by society. Like when I made the decision, like I'm gonna build a van, I feel like my parents and my coworkers and everybody's like, what? Like you don't have a partner? You don't have a, like, I don't know, all these different things. And I think that's what prolonged for a long time me actually making the decision, is because I felt like I needed a male counterpart to travel with. And I think at some point I actually had this like idea. I was like, oh, I'll just wait to do this until I have a partner. And then at some point I was like, why am I waiting? Like I can do this alone. And I think, I don't know, of course there are risks in general, especially with being a solo traveler. I think it's harder when you don't have somebody else to talk to about ideas, like, oh, should we do this? Or like if there's something scary happens, someone to feel safe with. But I think like any risk, you're able to mitigate that through different safety measures. Like I have cameras, and I have like a nice alarm system, and I have weapons in my van, and I took a year of self-defense classes. And I don't know, I honestly think that the anticipation of the fear is worse than it is, because I've been on the road 2 years, and honestly I overall feel like very safe and very like at home and comfortable, and like you learn the ways of the road too.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Whether you're in a partnership or solo.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
I think the number one thing traveling solo with me, the thing that I've been getting used to the most, is there's so much freedom when you're solo that sometimes it gets really overwhelming. You can literally go wherever you want. You can do whatever you want. You're not tied down to anyone or anything. You don't have to check with anyone when you are deciding to go somewhere. And so it's kind of like I would wake up in the morning and just be like, I have so many possibilities of what I could do today, and I don't know if I want to do any of them. And so that kind of was a struggle at first. I ended up staying in San Diego for like a long time because I met really cool people, and I don't regret it at all. I like love San Diego, but I think part of that was me not wanting to step out of my comfort zone too. Yeah, I could share my own personal experience about making money, but obviously that's going to be different for everyone. That's not going to be
Exactly.
that's not going to be the shoe that fits everyone.
Exactly.
I think if you want guarantee, before you ever consider, try and find a remote job.
Yes.
Which right now, there's never been a better time to go remote.
Yeah.
Companies that thought it was impossible are now
Doing it.
totally
Yeah.
remote.
So right now
workforces.
is your moment. If
Yeah.
you want to do it, like look for a remote job, because
Yeah.
a lot of people are.
Or even like something that's super easily accessible for I think a lot of people or everyone is working
Uber Eats?
seasonally.
Oh. That's what I was thinking. Use like Uber Eats.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
people
go-
that have
what's
done,
it
I mean, my
called?
friend, Instacart. My
Instacart.
friend
I know
is
a lot of
actually
people
building out a van right now, and he's doing Instacart to make
Yeah.
money for the
Yeah.
build. And he's just basically
Easy.
making money, spending it on the build, making money,
Exactly.
spending it on the build. And so he's making it work for himself. And,
And then
you know,
I feel
Instacart,
like you
can
could
make a
drive
lot of money.
anywhere. Or
Yeah.
like with Instacart, you could go in any city. I know a lot of people who live in vans who do that. And
Just
Yeah.
kind of like update your account for the city that you're in.
I think
and
so.
then go
I
through
don't know.
there.
I
Yeah.
haven't done it, but
Super easily accessible. Yeah, and then also working seasonally, you can get really, really cool jobs working seasonally. So one, it's a really fun way to build community and to have a really fun experience, but also it's a way to save money. Because oftentimes you'll get free housing if you want to stay there, and if you have your van, you'll basically have free housing, you know?
Exactly.
You save up that money and then you use that to travel the next year.
Yeah.
And if it happens where you're traveling and you all of a sudden, you know, stuff comes up and you start running out of money, you stay in one place for a while and you work a job for a month, or you do something like Instacart or Uber Eats, and you just make it work, you
Yeah.
know? Like I wouldn't go into it with a ton of worries about that money, because you just make it work.
Yeah, or like if you're good at something, like I have a lot of friends that like now have spare time, or they get to learn something new, and then they are good at it and they sell it.
That
Exactly,
are talented
yeah.
photographers, that are great, you know, jewelry makers and miners, and they're artistic.
Bandaged all around, the scars of your love. Came your hollow crown, and she held you through the night and kissed you through the cold. Blinded by your light, just waiting to grow old. And she said, love So when you packed all of your bags and left without a word, while the voices in her head begging to be heard, so she wept all through the night, slept all
Before we eat,
through the day.
we're going to take a moment and we're all going to say something that we are thankful for, right? Is that it? Thankful for? Yeah. So, I'm thankful that I am currently gifted the time to work on my patience, to limit frustrations, to be surrounded by people who understand who they are, not quite possibly wholly, but deliberately. And that's important. And to be around people that I can be exactly who I am and say exactly what's on my mind, even if it's that I really just don't like pesto.
Why did we break down? Was it just
It's so good. I love it.
You three would be such a badass cartoon character. I'm just sitting here looking at the three of you, and you're so totally diverse personality-wise.
It's like doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. You're bubbles. You know, like what I'm talking about?
Powerpuff Girls. I was like, my bubbles?
No, I said you will be bubbles.
You would be like the one Mario Kart that's like pink and can fly. You know, like
Yeah. That's so accurate.
Don't you think so? Don't you think so? It's so true.
Put your butt in. Just put your butt in, the rest will follow.
Yay! Oh, I couldn't eat the
Oh.
Oh my goodness, I married a caterpillar.
Okay, I'm currently at this campsite. I've actually camped at this exact site before, and it just worked out where like we were driving and they were like, oh, we know about this place. And then I looked on my maps and I have all these pins from places I've been. And I was like, holy crap, I like lived here for a couple months whenever I was quarantining in the beginning of like everything happening. So it's kind of cool to be back here. My life is so different from when I was back at this place. Right now I am making a smoothie and I just put frozen bananas and blueberries in here, and I'm also going to put some almond milk, and then I'm going to add some strawberries and just like blend that up. And I'm with a bunch of other people right now. We just we were at the Van Festival. Now we're here in the middle of nowhere in Utah, camped out, and we're gonna have some bonfires and just hang out and then explore like a lot of the nature areas around here. I'm really so happy to have met this group. I think it's always really nice to have people that you know on the road. It's how I wash my strawberries and try to conserve water. And then, I don't know if this is bad, but I just put it in the blender with the green stems because why not? So that should be yummy. It just feels really good to have a group of people that are all nomadic and you can relate to them. And like, when I first got on the road, I knew nobody. Like, I knew no other people that were doing this lifestyle, and it was so like far away from anything I could even understand or comprehend. And for almost like 6 months, I was traveling solo before I met like my first van friend that also lived in a van, and then we traveled together for a while. And I don't know, I think it's really important to have community, honestly, because even though I think it's really important to have alone time, and I think that was such a big lesson I learned on the road, was being super comfortable traveling alone and being alone. I think that's so important, but I also feel like it's really nice to have friends and people who can understand your lifestyle and understand your struggles, and you can give each other tips, and it's so nice. And I love everyone in this group, and we just are really compatible, and it just feels really good. So I'm gonna blend this up.
Was like, hey, like, don't get too attached to me because I'm about to like travel across the country. I'm gonna like buy a little trailer and, you know, take a truck and do this crazy road trip. And I was like, ooh, that sounds awesome. Like, I would love to go with you. But we had met like an hour before that, so I was like, maybe.
It was like, don't get too attached to me, okay?
Right.
I know I'm awesome, but like, it's not.
Yeah, but he was just like, I don't know, we met on an internet dating site, and so he was like, you know, I'm not looking for anything serious, and I was like, cool, me neither. I had just gotten out of like a really long bad relationship, so we were both just looking to like have some fun or whatever. And then, I don't know, I got the idea in my head of like this like travel thing, and we were both super tired of New York City and like ready to get out of there. And I got like deep sucked into the whole like van life, YouTube, Instagram, blah blah blah, and I was like, okay, this is how we could do it. I like showed up with like a whole budget spreadsheet. Was like, okay, so your plan for the truck and the trailer is very expensive, so like here's what we should do instead. And he was like, okay, like that's cool, but like, are you coming with me? And I was like, oh yes, flip to page 2 of the thing. So like, this is what we have to save. So then we just like started saving for a whole year, bought the van, built the whole thing, and then set out originally to snowboard all the epic and icon mountains in North America. Because Frank's like huge into snowboarding. He wanted to set a world record of doing that. So we did 70 mountains in a single season. We were gonna get to 83, but then COVID shut everything down. Which honestly was a blessing in disguise because we were going so hard so fast, and it was just like not super enjoyable. Like, it was great, but it was also just like stressful and like exhausting. So then we just like slowed down and was like, okay, like let's have some fun. And now we did that for many months, and then sold the van, bought a new van, flipped it. Because we were originally only going to be on the road for like a year. We're like, okay, we'll travel for 1 year. We're going to do all those mountains, then drive all the way to Panama and back in a single year. That was like our plan. And then we were going to know where we wanted to live, sell the van, buy a house. So, yeah, in a year we'll be done. We'll be done traveling.